Right, here's my first thread that I've cut successfully on the lathe. Oh yeah, and quick change tool posts. Oh, it's amazing. So it took me a long while to get this sorted out. Here is a failed one. So I made this and I tapped it with this tap. So this is a 1/4 inch BSP. It's just what I had. Focus, take my word for it. So that's 19 threads per inch according to the world. So I tapped that with the tap, and then I tried to thread this in, and like, it's not going in. What's going on? Something's wrong with the world. So my first assumption was that I'd ballsed up the thingamabob. So I checked 19, yep, that's right. Lever, position 3, yep. Gears 30 and 30. That's 30 tooth gear, that's the 30 tooth gear. Everything else is as it should be. I had this in position 3, and I cut it, and the failed one came out 19 threads per inch. 20 threads per inch. I was very confused, like, what's going on? Reality does not align. It's the wrong number of threads per inch. And so I'd assumed that I'd ballsed this up, so I went and counted the teeth, yes, and I checked that this arm was lined up and actually properly positioning the transfer gear onto the ones in there. And yes, it's like, nothing's wrong in there. When it's on 1, it's on the leftmost gear, and when it's on 9, it's on the rightmost gear. That all checks out. That's all stock. I'm using the proper threaded half nut, not the powered feed knob. Everything seems to be in order as far as I can tell. I've checked everything. But then I looked at this. Well, if I'm cutting 20 and I want 19, then maybe I just move this across by 1 to 2 and see what happens. And then, after much amateur, well, this is pretty hard to do left-handed, to tell you what. Threads on beautifully, perfectly, one might say. So I don't know what's going on here, people. I measured, like, I counted the threads, and yes, this is now cutting 19 threads per inch. I measured the tap, that's 19 threads per inch. I didn't measure that because that was cut with that. There's nothing that can go wrong there. But that's 19 threads per inch. That's 19, that's 19. This is 2, 30, 30, 30, 30, 2, 18 threads per inch. Not 19. But, so, I have to assume there is an error in either my brain or this table. That's all it can be. I mean, short of there being some other kerfufflery in all these gears, but I haven't changed any of them, and they all line up with what this little plan says here. Like, I haven't counted the tooth on the spindle or this one, but in terms of like proportion, they all seem to be all right. So this pair here, that's a 30 and a 40 according to this, and yeah, it looks about 10% bigger. Oh, sorry. It looks like it's got 10 more teeth. That one looks like it's got about 80, and that lines up with what it says here. And so, I don't know. Can somebody please help me? I think I might be losing my marbles. But, you know, I can go ahead with my project now, just by putting this on 2 instead of 3.